Hi, Balash. So lovely to have you on Wednesday's Wisdom. What would you
Hi.
like to share with us today?
So thank you for the invitation. I thought to talk about one of my favorite topics, which is failure and fear of failure. So I start a little bit from far away, but it will go there. So as a psychologist, I learned a lot about fear and why it's important and how it works. And then when I was also doing coaching, there was a time when I was learning programming, which was a fun thing to do to me. But actually, doing something which is totally not connected to coaching or psychology helped me to understand something. And this is what I want to share here. So there are two kinds of fear. One I could say is that the evolutionary helpful fear. Like when you are, I don't know, we go back in time, I don't know, 10,000 years, and then you eat a berry, and then it's, let's say, has a color of green, and you eat it, and then the next day you feel a pain in your stomach, or someone dies of it. Then you learn that it's not useful to eat that berry.
You make the connection.
Or if you touch fire and you burn your hand, then evolutionary you learn to not to touch fire. So these I would call the evolutionary useful fear, because this fear helps you to survive. But there is also another kind of fear, which I could call is like the fear coming from society. The fear coming from other humans. So when you learn in your childhood that let's say you should not, I don't know, you should not sing because your voice is not so nice. So this is we call it in psychology a negative suggestion. It's coming from your parents maybe, or coming from a friend or whatever. Or maybe that you learn that if you are not good enough, then others will not love you. Like if you are not doing good grades in the school, then your parents will not love you, or whatever. So we learn as we get, let's say, socialized when we are children. Then we learn a lot of things to fear of. And this is very two distinct things. One helps us to survive, the other doesn't. It's not necessary to fear of these things, but we do.
Like
we just learn it.
Failure you're talking about?
Yeah. So fear of failure is one of these things that belongs to the second category, which is not necessary helping us always. It's not necessary for survival to fear of failure, but we do fear of failure. And
it's confused in our brains.
Yes.
We think we'll die. We have a sense of, if I fail at this, it's like dying. It's as dramatic.
Yeah. So it's like many times we are not. We feel we are not able to do things because we fear so much that we don't feel even able to do it.
And but actually, what's a tip for us to be able to move forward so that we can create the life of our dreams?
Yeah. So actually, this is what I wanted to say, how it's connected to programming. So when I was learning programming, pretty in the beginning, there was a task to estimate the square root of 25. And then I said, well, it's stupid. I mean, like, I know it's 5, so why to estimate that? And then it took like, I don't know, like 10 minutes to write the code. It was like 15 lines. So I said, okay. So I hit the button, and then the program said that the square root of 25 is approximately 4.999.
Right.
And then I said, wow. So it took me 10 minutes to do this, and it's not even correct. So it's completely
So what did you
failure.
learn about your life from that experience? How can you?
And then what actually happened is that you can ask the program to, which is you ask it to estimate it. So what you can say that you can tell the program to make the estimation as correct as 0.001. So it means that if it has 0.001 failure, then it's okay. You say to the program that it is okay to have that amount of failure. So that's why it said.
How does that translate to our lives? How does that translate to our fear of failure?
Well, this is where I'm getting. This is where I'm getting to. So you can also ask the program to tell you how many estimation the program did, and then it says it made 49,990 estimations, so almost 50,000 estimations. And this means that the program has failed 50,000 times before the program gave us the almost correct answer.
Right.
And it's only the square root of 25. But if you want to ask the program to tell you the square root of 2,400,098, whatever, then it will still tell you with the threshold will be still 0.001. So it will be a very little error. And then it will make millions and millions of errors until it makes the estimation. And that's I guess that's the most interesting part, that the program has no fear. It didn't learn that it should stop after the first failure. So even in this example, it made 50,000 trials, and then it means that it had 50,000 mistakes before it gave us the answer.
So that's
we learned that
for us, that we should keep trying.
The message for us is that we just learned that we should stop after the first one. I guess that many of you don't do 50,000 trials to achieve something, maybe 2 or 5. So the message here is that many times, if we would try on doing another round, maybe in another way, a little bit different, but then if we stop, we will never get there.
Wow.
So I guess the two.
I love that. I love that, like thinking of readjusting and thinking about that. I love that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So actually, the 2 points here is that you should allow yourself to have a certain amount of error in your life.
Right.
Because that amount of error allows you to achieve your goals, and then you should do it again and again. But, get a little bit closer with every step.
Okay, wonderful. Wow. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.